Hi, Kelly. I was just looking through the family album here.
Oh, one of them. We have a few dozen, I think. Oh, look, that is my favorite picture of him.
Yeah, he's got his guard down.
You know, I've seen that look on his face sometimes when he's looking at you. Oh, Mary, I'm sorry. I didn't...
No problem.
So, how is everything?
Oh, just fine. How are you?
Okay, I just came by to pick up a few things to bring to my new apartment, hoping to run into Dad and the others, but no one's around. So if you could give them my new number at the place.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be sure everybody gets it.
Thanks.
Kelly, Mason is not a part of my life anymore.
You don't have to explain.
No, but I wouldn't want you to think that...
I wouldn't. You take care, okay?
Thank you, I will. You too.
A lot of character in that face. I don't care what they say.
Handsome place. Very handsome place. I didn't even realize this the last time I was here with a gun when I was so intent on killing you. Oh, I am very glad I didn't do that, because now I can believe I can even inflict worse punishment than I was going to before.
You really believe you're a god, don't you, sir?
No, not really. You know why? God is forgiving. Now, you ready to sign over the holdings in the house, or does your son go to prison?
I have a proposition for you.
I can't imagine what you think you have to bargain with.
I'm willing to pay you every cent that Warren owes the casino, plus interest, if you will promise to remain silent about what Warren has done.
Go on.
That's it.
That's it, Lyle. You said you had a proposition for me. Not a joke.
I'm asking you for an act of human kindness that will benefit my family, and I have no doubt that it will also benefit the people you love.
You're wasting my time, Lionel.
Well, you have wasted years of your life, CC. I mean, I have too. We have both wasted our lives with ugliness and hatred. Well, let's just stop it right here. I don't even know where this enmity started, but it started before we were born. And we spent our lives fighting other men's battles. Let's just stop it. We have a chance to turn this entire thing around and give our families the richest gift of all, the gift of peace.
An impassioned plea, Lionel. But I find your credibility somewhat undermined by your desperation, because of the fact you have everything to gain and because you have absolutely nothing to lose.
Look, I understand why you would doubt my motive.
Your motivations come nothing but from sheer panic, so stop trying to dress them as anything more lofty than that. I don't have any pity for you, Lionel. No pity at all. You've tried every way, every chance you could to hurt me. Yeah, you would do it again if I was stupid enough to let you.
All right, then. Okay. Forget about our families. Forget about anyone else. I am talking about you. You have a chance to cut your losses, to salvage something that remains of your personal happiness.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Sophia. She doesn't love me. She loves you. Now, you must have come to realize that somewhere along the line. I know I did. If you want to win her back, I mean, that's what we're talking about, isn't it? See, we're talking about winning. I mean, that's all that's important to you thus far is destroying me because I loved Sophia. Well, if you do that, you'll lose her forever. She will despise you for blackmailing me to save my son. I know that you love her as much. No, you love her more than you ever have. Are you willing to risk all that just to keep up a fight that started a quarter of a century? Are you, Cece?
What's happened? Nothing yet, but I'm terrified it's going to. Thank you for coming.
You said you needed my help.
I never thought it would come to this, but when my family's threatened, I'm not too proud to beg even you.
Don't have to beg, Augusta. I want to help you.
Cece's going to use what Warren has done as an excuse to retaliate against the Lockridge family. He's going to do something terrible, and I think you're the only one who can stop him.
Augusta, I have tried to talk to him. He won't listen to me.
Well, try again. The only soft spot he has is you.
I only wish that were true.
Oh, he has a facade of resistance to you. But that's because he doesn't want to be vulnerable. It's a facade. If you wanted to, you could help him save face and save us at the same time.
I have tried everything in my power to convince him.
Oh, I'm sure you haven't tried everything.
Augusta, I have said things to him he will never forgive me for.
You underestimate your power, Sophia. Cece's target is Lionel. And you know that, and it's about you, not Warren.
Augusta, they have been fighting long before I ever met them, so it doesn't do any good to blame that on me.
I'm just giving credit where credit is due. I don't think you've ever done anything for anyone in your life where there wasn't something in it for you.
What did you think was in it for me when I protected your son, Warren?
I don't have any idea, but I'm sure it'll become apparent. What I do know is you could melt that block of ice you were married to if you wanted to. But you're not going to because you're still trying to get something going with him, aren't you? Don't deny it. And of course, if you are protecting your other old lover, no, you're not going to get tough with Cece, are you?
I know how frightened you are, Augusta, but that doesn't give you any right to talk to me this way.
Oh, yes, it does. My marriage broke up because of you. You owe it to me to stop him.
Well, I'm impressed, Lionel. You're quite a salesman. You really put your heart and soul into that pitch. I almost believe that you believe it. Well, I might buy a mattress from you, but I sure as hell won't buy Sophia. So why don't you get your belongings together, and I'll be back this afternoon with an appraiser.
What good is it to gain the world, Cece, if you lose your soul?
Why, Lionel, I'm only rendering unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's. I'll have the necessary documents drawn up so I can take possession by tonight.
You're making the biggest mistake of your life.
Lionel, how could anything that feels so good be wrong?
What's he doing here?
Warren,
Tell him.
Tell me what?
Warren, I'll talk to you later if you'll leave now.
Now, I just want to know what's going on here, Dad. Now, I paid off my debt. You have no business in my father's house.
Well, as of midnight tonight, it is no longer your father's house. It is my house.
Are you crazy? What is Dad going to stay in his house for?
Warren, I want you to leave now.
Come on, Lionel. Tell your son about your noble gesture. I'm giving you that much to tell him.
Shut up, Cece.
The price of this house and all the Lockridge holdings is your freedom, my boy.
Warren, he knows that you robbed a casino.
You can't let him do it, Dad.
I can't let him ruin your life, Warren. No amount of money or land is worth it.
I didn't mean for the family to have to suffer for what I did. I just didn't mean for that to happen.
Warren! Warren!
Lionel, get a hold of Augusta. Have her meet me and you at my house at 7 p.m. tonight for the signing of the transfer of the papers. Lionel, you hear me?
Get out. It's still my house. Get out!
I'll be back with the appraiser.
I'm so sorry you were flooded out of your apartment.
Hey, listen, we're in this together. It's us against the pipes. Besides, professional help is on the way.
Oh, good.
I have a confession, though. A friend of yours came by with a small case. I thought he was the plumber, and I tried to put him to work.
Did he tell you his name?
Yeah, Nick.
Oh, well, what did he say? Is he coming back, or?
Well, he didn't say much. He left the case, though. Should I have asked him to stay or told him you were on an extended trip to the Far East?
I'm not sure.
Well, let me know when you make up your mind, in case I have to pull Marine duty again.
Yeah, I will.
One other thing. He asked for Kelly Capwell, not Perkins like it is on the mailbox. Are you one of the Capwells? I mean, I'm just asking because I'm obviously a nosy clown. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
well,
okay.
good windows make good neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy pipes.
Something wrong with your hands?
Oh, I was just giving Kirk a massage, and they're sore. I must be out of shape. What are we doing?
Nursing the nurse.
Oh, Mason, you don't have to do that.
Will you please let me do something nice for you for a change?
You are always doing nice things for me. You were very nice the other night when I had all that champagne.
Yeah, you were charming.
I overslept the next day. Oh, Mason.
What wonderful hands.
No, they're utilitarian.
No, they're strong and shapely and capable, as if there's nothing they couldn't do.
Now, there's nothing they haven't done. From gardening to sewing to carpentry. Comes from coming from a poor family, I guess. You know, I was thinking about my garden. I had a gift with tomatoes. I used to grow the most perfect tomatoes. People couldn't believe them. I was just on my way out to the kitchen. It's my lunch break.
You have a long lifeline. Well, that's interesting.
What?
Your love line is as long as your lifeline. Means you'll be a loving person most of your life. And that's fascinating.
What?
Well, this line is happiness. And you see how it has these little breaks early on here, and it gets stronger and steadier? That means you'll get happier as time goes on. These little shoots here are offspring. My, that's quite a brood.
Where'd you learn to read palms?
From an old gypsy woman I just made up.
Yeah, I thought so. Thank you anyway for the inspirational words.
I meant it all. Your hands feel better?
Yeah, they do.
Maybe someday I'll be recuperating from an illness. Nothing serious, of course. You'll be my nurse and give me a massage.
You know, sometimes when I first massage a patient, they'll start to cry. It has that powerful an effect on them.
They've needed to be touched.
Yeah.
They've been touched by you.
Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. As long as you don't dock me pay for taking time out from the casino.
My reputation precedes me. Yes, that's it. All the money that was stolen from the casino, I recovered the whole amount. Thank you.
How?
That's my business. Just deposit the check, call the insurance company, and cancel the claim.
I won't have to. I never filed one.
That's very interesting. Could that be because you knew from the beginning who the thief was?
Not from the beginning, but close to it.
So you've been protecting Warren. Don't tell me you've suddenly developed a half-brotherly attachment to him.
No, I'm not going to tell you that.
Then why did you do it?
And I quote, that's my business.
Being involved in complicity makes you an accessory after the fact, you know.
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't worry you, huh?
You wouldn't be giving me a check from your personal account if you're going to prosecute Warren.
Right, boy. Right, boy. Can you figure out what I plan to do instead?
Yeah. You're going to use what Warren did against Lionel.
Very good. Fait accompli. I'm going to fill you in on everything, make you privy to the whole situation. After midnight tonight, every square inch that Lionel owns in Santa Barbara and everywhere else in the world will be mine. What I would really like to know is why you were brought here as a chauffeur and what you intend to do to Minx about it, to get even with her.
Why is that, CC? Because you think I'm like you? No. What Minx did to me was vicious and cruel.
I wouldn't be any better than her if I tried to even the score, and that's what you're doing. With all you've got, it doesn't make sense. Go ahead, fire me if you don't like what I said.
Deposit the check.
Cece.
I have nothing to say to you. Augusta, if Lionel hasn't told you, meet me at my house at 7 p.m. this evening, please.
Why?
Just be there.
Since when are you Kelly's protector?
Since she was 1 year old and I dragged her out from under a horse that was about to step on her. That may be a well-kept secret, Dylan, but I love my little sister a great deal. I also know when she's being pushed to the limit, and you're pushing her.
Look, why-
That's got to stop.
Let's just stay out of it, Mason. Kelly and I have a relationship that you don't know anything about.
Yeah, well, apparently she doesn't know anything about it either. I would imagine that your imaginary love affair took a bit of a nosedive when Nick came back, didn't it?
Kelly and Nick are a dead issue. I mean, they don't want anything to do with each other.
Well, that's odd, because I spoke to Nick just this afternoon, and he said he'd been seeing Kelly.
Mason, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. If you weren't here, I was just going to give up.
Excuse me.
Well, I'm glad I had the good sense to be here, Augusta.
Look, I have to tell you something about our family that you could use against us and hurt us with, but I have to tell you.
Well, I can hardly wait. Please.
I know somewhere that you have a sense of honor, convoluted as it might be, and I'm going to have to trust you.
Well, I'll try to be worthy of it.
Warren is the one who robbed the casino ferry.
Warren?
He did it to pay back a gambling debt to your father. Cece found out about it. Now he's threatening to have him arrested unless Lionel turns over the whole Lockridge estate.
I suddenly feel very sick.
We don't have time for that.
You realize this is what my father has been waiting for decades.
Look, I don't have much sympathy for Minx, but it is unbearable to me to see my children lose their birthright. Warren did a terrible thing, but the way Cece is using it, making him watch his father lose everything and get ruined, I can't bear it. I know this is not your cause, and that you don't have a lot of love for Lionel, but I don't know where else to turn. And, you're the only one that ever had any courage to fight against Cece.
How long before the axe is supposed to fall?
1 hour before Lionel has to sign everything over.
1 hour?
I know I am asking the impossible, but please help me. Please.
I don't want to get your hopes up, Augusta. Dad's moving in for the kill and the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. I'm not sure there's anything anyone can do to stop him. But I'll try.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to pull out all the stops on this one.
This time Lionel did send you, didn't he?
I haven't spoken to Lionel all day, Cece.
But your heart is bleeding for him, isn't it?
I don't think he deserves any more humiliation.
Oh, you're a compassionate woman. You really are. You suffer for the underdog. You squirm when you think of Lionel's impending disaster and his doom. The only thing you haven't worried about was humiliating your husband when you tried to pass off Lionel's bastard son as mine.
Do you know how long ago that was? Don't you think this has been...
Oh,
this
don't
yours has
flatter
gone on too
yourself,
long?
please, Sophia. Lionel and I would have been fighting long before you came into our lives. The Lockridges have been trying to destroy the Capwells for generations.
And the Capwells have returned the faith.
Someone had to win. Might as well be me.
Do you really think this is going to do any good, Cece? Do you really think Lionel's giving up?
He's given up already.
I don't believe that.
Well, the next few hours, the man will be stripped of everything he owns. He'll be far more concerned with survival than revenge. Sophia, why are you so shocked? This is just a logical resolution of that poker game that Lyle and I never finished. It's a winner-take-all. He can call my bluff. He can make Warren face the consequences of his actions, but he won't. You know why he won't? Because he knows he's the cause of Warren being worthless.
Warren is not worthless. And Lionel is not the monster that you seem to need him to be. And I am not as bad as you make me out to be either. Cece, we haven't talked about this. But I think it's time. Things have been changing between us lately. We've been circling each other and testing the waters. I don't know where it's going, and I don't know how long it might have lasted. But I want it very badly to continue. And I think you do, too. But I think what you're doing to Lionel is wrong. And if you continue it, I'll have no respect for you. I cannot love a man I have no respect for. So I'm asking you to let go of the hate and the anger. Let go of the past. So maybe we could have a future. The choice is yours, Cecil.
Well, you must have a lot of time on your hands. What have you been doing with yourself?
Whatever I feel like doing.
Did I say something wrong?
You know, Nick, you just have certain ideas about the way people should work and what they should do with their lives, and I don't feel that I have to account my time to you.
Of course you don't. Look, I think my coming here was a mistake. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Now, I don't know how to act around you.
Act just the way you are. No other way. That's enough.
That wasn't good enough.
Look, I didn't come here to
I feel like you're going to judge every word I say, and any minute you'll start accusing me.
That's not the way it is. I said what I had to say. I'm here now as a friend.
Yeah, well, this will sound selfish, but I don't even want to be friends now. With anybody. I think I need to sit back and see what it is I do with people, and I need to do that alone.
All right.
You don't get it, do you? I mean, you think I'm running away from all the problems and...
No, I really do. Believe me. If I seem uneasy right now, it's because I want to ask you a question, and I don't want you to take it the wrong way.
What is it?
I still have been bothering you. Now, that's not an accusation, but I ran into your neighbor, and he said that he had seen somebody with a beard.
I don't want to get into this with you, Nick. I think you better go.
All right. All right.
Don't answer that.
I knew you'd be here. I knew you'd come sneaking around again. You don't want her, but you would do anything to ruin things for me.
There is no choice, Sophia. You and I don't have any future together. You started that a long time ago. As to the point of you not having any respect for me, well, I can tell you it doesn't really disturb me at all. You know why? Because in truth, I have no respect for you whatsoever.
The movers left the door open. I thought Cece might be doing something like this, but I couldn't believe it. I'm so sorry. I'm terribly sorry.
It's okay. It's gonna be all right.
I'm gonna get the house back for you, I promise.
Hey, it's only a house. Made of wood and stone.
Well, it's the only house you ever had. I know how much it meant to you.
I'll build another. Smaller.
Maybe it's not too late to save it.
I'm just glad my mother wasn't here to see this.
I'm afraid she will be. I called her. She's going to be here. So I guess you're angry at me again.
Oh, it's okay. Isn't it amazing how many times I left this house voluntarily? I mean, I fled from you and the children and everything else, and I went out there looking for something, didn't I? I didn't even understand what. I never did find it. Always came back. Remember? And then I was the only one here, and everybody else had gone. And now, I guess nobody will ever come back here again, will it?
I've never been so angry at someone in my whole life. But you don't deserve this.
Hey, I don't even know what I deserve. It's all kind of hazy, you know? Have you seen Warren?
No, did you know?
Yeah, he was here.
Oh.
He came when Cece was here.
I'm so frightened for him. If he gets desperate again, I don't know.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Did Cece send you?
No.
Rick, why are you here?
I don't know. I know what Cece's doing, and I wanted to offer something, but I guess I just wanted to say I'm sorry.
You can't be on both sides of the fence, Rick.
I was born on both sides of the fence, Lionel. Are you really going to leave Santa Barbara?
No. No, Rick. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna stay. Yeah, you can tell your boss that every time he comes around a corner, he's gonna find me there. I'm gonna dig in my heels and do battle with him until one of us is in the grave.
What do you want?
I have just the thing to help you relax from the pressures of your busy, destructive life. When you, have a moment.
What is that?
It's, a book of skeletons compiled from years of research into numerous closets. I was the compiler.
You wrote that?
Don't you remember my first ambition was to be a writer? Before you decreed that I go to law school? Well, I always swore to myself that I'd go back to my first love, and then when you practically had me drummed out of the legal profession, I was faced with a rare opportunity. At first, I didn't know what to write about, but then I remembered how popular all those books by celebrity children were, and I decided to have a go at my own memoirs. The writing went like a dream, but I've been having a little trouble with the title. I thought that, Daddy Damnedest was just a bit too derivative. My other favorite, Vanity Fair, was already taken. So was Crime and Punishment. I thought we could kick around a few titles together.
This is tiresome. You're boring. And I'm leaving, and you can take that doorstop with you.
Don't you want to know what's in it?
No.
Chapter 2, Channing. Had to update that one quite a few times. I think this is the final version, but you never know with Channing. There's, Chapter 4, Joe Perkins, From Kelly's Arms to the Grave. It's subtitled How to Railroad Your Daughter's One True Love into Prison. Strictly for laughs, I have my summer vacations. You know, the high point of that is our annual pilgrimage to Wall Street, especially the time when I got lost on the stock exchange.
Mason?
There's Chapter 12, The Rise, Decline, and Fall of Gina and Brandon. Chapter 20 is Dad's Art Collection, or How to Acquire Instant Culture.
All right, Mason. What is it you want? It can't be cash. You have plenty of that from the paintings. What is it you want?
I just want some editorial advice, Dad. The book seems incomplete to me as it is. It needs a boffo ending before it goes to the bookstores. I need a final chapter to really knock their socks off. Something like blackmailing Lionel Lockridge out of Hearth and Home. We could top it off with something like that. I'll bet the publishers would be bidding all over themselves. So would the police departments, unfortunately. But if this final chapter doesn't go the way it looks like it is, if you should suddenly have a change of heart about Lionel, well, I guess I just have to put the book back in the drawer and wait and see what happens. You haven't said much, Dad. Really value your input.
Buzz, I got that list for tonight's party.
Yo, Bud. The only one's here, Brick. Warren, what are you doing here? I thought by
I
now
want to
should
know
be
why
go-
you turned me into CC.
What?
Don't tell me it wasn't you.
I don't believe you. Your old man's about to sign away everything that he owns, and you're running around town trying to find someone to blame? Blame yourself. What did you use for an excuse till I showed up in the scene, huh?
I've always known you hated me, Rick.
Warren, I never hated you.
I've had everything that you felt cheated out of. With me out of the way, you're gonna be Dad's number one and only son now, right? Is that it?
You really are a chip off the old block, you know that? It's just the kind of thinking I get from CC and Lionel and everybody else in your charm circle. Well, I've got news for you, bro. Big news. I'm not like you. I wouldn't trade places with you then. I certainly wouldn't do it now.
You keep saying that to me, pal.
Hey, you don't deserve
Every
it.
time I turn around, there you are breathing down my neck.
That's a lousy way to spend your life, man. Looking over your shoulder, terrified that someone's going to take away everything that you got. I've got news for you. I didn't turn you into CC. The bills you gave him were marked. So he figured it out all by himself. But I am sorry that I kept my mouth shut. Because Lionel shouldn't have to take the fall for someone like you.
Yeah, well, he's not going to do that. I love my father, and I'm not going to let anything happen.
I'm really glad to hear that. Meanwhile, back at the Capwells.
Yeah, I got some, CC.
And there's only one way I can see that you can do that.
Yeah.
You dumped her at the altar, but you're still coming around so she can't forget you.
Kelly doesn't need this.
Nick, the only reason that you're here is that you can't stand my winning.
This isn't a game, Dylan. And I've warned you before. Kelly doesn't want anything to do with you.
When are you going to realize, Nick, that Kelly can speak for herself? Now, are you okay? You want me to get rid of him?
I want you to go. Both of you, get out right now.
You heard the lady?
After you.
When are you going to understand that I would do anything for Kelly? I would put up with her moods, her silences, her fears. Because I know her and I know what is in her heart. I would do anything for her but leave her the way that you did.
I think I've heard just about enough of this garbage.
You try that again, I'll kill you!
Get this straight. You've written this self-serving, self-styled expose about me to try to save Lionel Lockridge?
That's, more or less correct.
Why? Why all of a sudden you're becoming his ally?
I'm not. I just despise what you're doing. I despise it no matter who the victim was.
He is far from a victim, and I'm really touched about the outpouring concern for him from you and from others. But don't worry about Lionel, because he'll bounce right back. He always does.
You're actually enjoying this, aren't you?
Wallowing in guilt isn't my style. I'm simply doing unto Lockridge what Lockridge would do unto me. I'm beating him to the punch. He would do the same thing if he were in my position.
That may be true, but it doesn't excuse what you're doing.
Since when have you become so righteous?
I'm committed to fighting Capwell tyranny wherever it crops up in the world. What'll it be, Dad? Do I write the final chapter or not?
Why don't you just write it? Try to get it published.
You underestimate your celebrity appeal.
No. You underestimate a multi-million-dollar slander suit I'll bring against a publisher if he touches that damn thing.
Well, in that case, I won't take up any more of your time, which I don't need to be reminded of is money. I'd like to say you'll regret your decision, but I'm a realist, if nothing else. I'll be on my way.
Answer that on your way out.
I'll be happy to. Hello, I won't say welcome.
Right on time. Come in.
Here, you'll find this interesting reading. It's not that my sympathies have changed, but you don't mind if I don't stick around for the coup de grace, do you?
I'll take this. It's a family document. Well, I'll have to give it to him. My son is true original.
What is it, anyway?
Story of Mason's life. Shall we get down to business, please?
Lionel, wait, it's not 7.
It's unlikely that anything's going to change in 5 minutes.
Mix is on her way from Palm Springs. She'll be here at 7.
Highly dramatic, but I don't think it's going to change a thing.
He's right. Besides, I don't want to get Mix involved. Where do I sign?
3 times.
Dad! Dad, don't do it.
Warren.
I'm not going to let you sign these papers. I've been spending all my time avoiding doing what I have to do. It's the only way.
Who are you calling?
Calling the police, Mom. I'm turning myself in. Watching you choke, CC, makes it almost worthwhile.
Don't you ever try to push me around again. It's a warning, Nick.
Give me the knife, Dylan.
I don't know why I did that. Kelly, I'm sorry. I wouldn't. Please forgive me. I would never hurt Nick. I would never hurt anybody. It's just the feelings I have for you. They're so strong. I can't stop the way that I feel about you.
I know what I saw in your eyes, Dylan. You were a dangerous man, and I never want you here with Kelly again.
I would never hurt
Why
Kelly.
can't you leave me alone? That's all I want. You talk about friendship and love. When I tell you what I need, you ignore it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of you both.
Warren,
Dad, I've already made up my mind.
Warren, the papers will be signed before the police ever
Would you
get
just
there.
let me do this? This is just as much for me as it is for you. What kind of person would I be if I let you take the rap for me? How could I live with myself? What happened to me was my fault and nobody else's. I was weak and I was angry and I wanted to hurt myself to spite everyone. I'm willing to take responsibility for what I did. I need to prove to myself that I can do that.
I still can't let you do it.
Dad, even if you don't want to listen to me, how can you want to let CC win?
Hey, you got it all wrong. I'm the big winner here. I have just watched my son face his mistakes with courage and dignity. At the same time, he's allowing me to help him save his future. Now that is a very, very rare privilege. See, I was standing here a minute ago thinking what a failure I've been as a father. And now, I'm very proud to have you as a son.
Or would you let me go through with it then, Dad? Just let me do this. If someone has to pay the price, it should be me. I'm the one who committed the crime.
No. I'm not blameless. It was my actions that had made you more and more reckless. You were sending out a cry for help, and I didn't even hear it. Warren, everything in the world must have seemed to you more important to me than your own problems, and I'm sorry for that. But it's not true.
Dad, when you and Mom divorced, I just felt like you wanted to get rid of everything in your life that was painful to you. Everything that reminded you of your past life, including me.
Well, you know better than
Dad, somehow I just got the feeling. That the only one that mattered to you was Sophia. And the son that you had with her.
You know, that's not true.
I see what you're willing to do for me. How could I ever doubt your love for me again?
Well, then signing that paper will be well worth it.
Excuse me, but now that you've had this moment together, can we get on with it, please?
Dad, I just can't stand by and let you sign these.
Wait. I'm going to say something. A parent shouldn't say this kind of thing to a grown child, but I'm going to say it anyway. Just this once. Let me have my way because I'm your father. Because I love you.
Thank you. I'll expect you to be out of the house by midnight.
Yeah, I intend to be. There's something, Cece. Deep down inside of you must know that you've just accepted your passport to hell.
Maybe so, Lionel. But I'm sure I'll see you there.
Our business is finished here. Let's go.